Okay, now I'm gonna talk another one on like memory lane, but from a completely different point of view than YouTube, but something that YouTube gets compared to a lot. High school. So this year is my, I guess, 25th. I should check. 25th high school reunion. I graduated in 87, so you do some math. Anyways, um, and I'm on like one of the research committees to try to like find people who we've kind of lost touch with, which is one of the reasons why I'm making this, because I might send it to a couple of people, try to figure out, pardon me, how to contact them and that kind of thing, which we have these lists, whatever. Now, it's happening in the Midwest, and the sad part of it is I don't even think I'm going to get to go. So I'm going to be, connecting with all these people, or trying to reconnect them and get them, whatever. And of course, we're all like on Facebook and trying to like figure out, well, where did this person go and where's that person, and have you tried calling them, and who's that person related to? It just everything you can to try to figure it out. And it's got me thinking a lot about just how much the ways in which people have changed since they're in high school, and how much they're exactly the same. You have a conversation with that person and you haven't talked to them in 20 years and they're just the same person. And yes, you can regress into really ridiculous stories about how you were trying to catch a smoke out between the break area and you got caught, or you can talk about different performances that you were in, and how the auditions for that just went so awry, or just whatever it was. I did a lot of theater. So it's like, it's the funniest thing, all the things that come back to you, and the odd, I don't want to say rivalries, but competitiveness of just when you're growing up and you're, wanting to achieve something for yourself, how you'll, other people will make you better the more that you're all striving for the same thing. Um, and it kind of reminds me of something I was talking about with someone today, the concept of compuncture. Now, a lot of times this is only used in reference to sexual things, so please just remove that from your mind's eye as I'm talking about this. Compuncture is the opposite of Schadenfreude, which is kind of like, taking gladness in someone else's anguish or pain or whatever. This is the opposite, to have true delight at someone else's good fortune or joy, or whatever. And having that so much that when you see that that person has achieved some sort of a milestone, you're so excited, proud, and happy for them that it's almost as if you feel as much pride for them as if you had accomplished the task or something. That there's so much, it's not just, oh, I'm so happy for you. It's like, how wonderful, how magnificent, that kind of a thing. And that, in our independence first culture, that's so different than, interdependent cultures. And maybe I should do a vlog on those, because those are really interesting to me. Just different descriptions of those. Because there's so much competitiveness that, people are, a lot of times when people are at those kinds of reunions where it's like trying to one up the other person. Oh, well, I've done this and this, and everybody's just trying to like wander around and impress each other. And from what I understand, most of the time, the younger ones, like the 15 and the 20 and the 10, usually have a little bit more of that element. And then the older that people get, into the 20 and 25 and so forth and on, there's a little more of a shift to that compuncture, to that just excitement for someone else's good fortune. You're just like so happy. You're not caring so much, oh, how much weight did they gain? How much, kids do they have? Where do they work? Where, what kind of car they have? It's like, It's none of those things. It's sort of like you've gotten away from that, and because you don't get together and chat all the time anymore, even with Facebook, that you can sort of concentrate on. You don't have to do all of the chit chat anymore because you've got that out of the way. It's more of a connection on a deeper level. Now, I'm not saying that happens with everybody all the time.
One new email.
I guess I have another email, but I find it interesting that as much as people just totally like rag on high school and how much it was important at that time, like what class you were in, like, and some schools aren't like that. So, and I went to 2 different high schools, so I saw it both directions, that some people, are very, very formal about it, and other people are like, I don't care if they're a senior and I'm a freshman, I don't care if I like them, I'm friends with them. But that because people compare high school to YouTube a lot, it's like very interesting to me, because where's the reunion? And I don't want to say that, those conventions or whatever really are like that, because maybe they are, and I've never been to one, but I don't know if I'd ever even want to meet everyone who I YouTube with. I mean, some people I absolutely, without question, I absolutely want to meet them. But then there's other people where I'm like, no, probably not, because the connection that you have over a screen or whatever for some reason just might not translate. I mean, who knows? But I think it's kind of funny that to whatever level of you think you know the person because you've seen a slice of their life or what, they've given to you in, creative film or in vlogs every day or every week or how often ever they upload. It's like this treasured gift, and to think of it as anything less, it's like it really is. It's a genuine gift. Even people who are partnered and making money, it's still a gift, And I'd like to know that it's not just that there's something more to it, because I absolutely see that and I feel that. So many barriers are broken down, I find, rather than building more up. And yes, I have seen that too happen. The thing that I think is the funniest is, like, amongst whatever circle of friends that I'm YouTube friends with, I'm nearly almost always the oldest gal in the bunch. So I spend a lot of time trying not to feel like a mama bear, right? Because basically these people who I'm friends with as an adult, I would have been like probably their babysitter if we were younger. Or I think about, this is such an odd thing, like if I knew them when, I was 20 and they were 8 or something, which is like this huge gap, right, of 12 years. Now when it's that, oh, well, it's just somebody in there. Like, there's that I could not have looked down as a 20-year-old, looking down at an 8-year-old who I'm babysitting for, thinking that they will teach me the most amazing concepts, or that I'm going to grow up to learn from them, what books I really need to read, or whatever it is. It's like, it's broken down all of those barriers, and all it really matters is, like, who has a computer. So, if you have any reunions, I would love to hear about what happens if you go, if you don't go, why you went, why you wouldn't go, so on, so on. And I don't know if I'll have any more updates as far as what happens with it, because like I say, I don't know if I'm going. But I will. I don't have yearbooks, but I'm going to try to get some kind of a dorky picture of me from high school, just because it's fun, and everybody likes to laugh at dorky pictures. But yeah, I actually have one I'm trying to find again, but I hope I can find it. I won't even tell you what it is, because you won't even believe it was me. But yeah, I had a cigarette in my hand in that picture. It's one of my favorite pictures from high school. Okay, so enough about all of that, and I wish you all bright blessings of peace. Have a great night.